Hello, OBAR membership. This is Donna, Creef, your Government Affairs Director today, here with the latest edition of Let's Get Real. Willo Kelly is here with us this morning, and our guest today is Conner Twiddy from the Town of Nags Head.
And just not for OBAR members, since we're,
we're
everywhere.
nationwide. We're
That's
like
right.
ZZ
We're
Top.
everywhere.
Yeah. So anyway, Conner is here with us today. He oversees the Todd, Krafft Septic Health Initiative program. And for those of you out there who aren't familiar with this, we thought we'd bring in Conner today, so let him talk about this. It only applies in the Town of Nags Head, but if you are a Nags Head property owner or your clients live in Nags Head, it's a really great program, and it helps with water quality issues and septics where almost all of our homes are on septic systems. It's important that we keep them healthy and that we make sure they don't fail, because when you have that failing septic and you got to make that repair, it can be very, very costly. And so, Conner, why don't you go ahead and give us a little bit of the history and tell us how this works.
Especially new owners that are not familiar with septic systems. I know when I first moved to North Carolina in Currituck, and I asked the realtor, she said there was a septic system, wastewater system. I was on septic, and I said, well, you mean I flush the toilet and it goes where? Right in the backyard. So there you go. So it's important to know about septic health.
That's exactly right, and that's a very good point, because
Yes.
a lot of people who own the homes down here, the second homeowners, the non-resident property owners, they're on central wastewater, and so they have no clue what a septic is, whereas, I grew up in North Carolina, so I've had a septic my whole life, and so I'm used to that. Be careful what you put down the drain, because it comes back to you. So give us a background on it.
Yeah, so the program started in 2000. And
25 years.
It's been 25 years. Yeah. Todd, the gentleman we named after Todd, he was in charge of it until 2018 when we unfortunately lost him. And they named the program after him in 2018, and then actually sorry, it might have been 2019. 2019 he passed away. I apologize. And then in 2021 they did an update. And then so that took effect for fiscal year 2022. It technically took effect. They updated that, and then we just did another update come July. It did an update, so now we have free inspection still, where we go out, and the big thing they said with second homeowners or people buying their first home here and moving here, it's a big educational aspect where we go out, we offer the homeowner
You actually go out when they call you.
We have myself and 2 contractors that do it, and we offer the homeowner to be there if they would like. That way, if they have any questions or want to see in the backyard where it goes, because we do have some people that want to see just that way they know, or especially some of the houses kind of here in the middle of Nags Head where.
So they're not driving.
They cannot drive, or they wonder, hey, what is the big concrete block in my backyard? So that you kind of get to explain that.
Or let's not plant a tree over the top.
Exactly. Or don't plant trees, or hey, I want to put a volleyball court in my backyard. Let's just make sure we stay away from your drain lines, and you can still have the volleyball court. And then during the inspection, if it needs to be pumped, we offer that just got upped in July. It's a $250 water bill credit. So that'll come directly off the water bill, and if the water bill's only $50 a cycle, for example, which I think our cycles are every 2 months, it'll use that $250 until it uses it completely up.
So you come out, you say your tank needs to be pumped. I call the guy, have it pumped, and then I submit a copy of the bill to you guys, and you guys give me a credit. The Town of Nags Head gives me a credit on my water bill.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's a win-win situation.
And you don't have to have the inspection to get the credit, because we do have that call where people, if they just want to have the tank pumped because they like having it on every regular 3-year cycle, all I need is a copy of the invoice from whatever company they use, and you can get that credit once every 3 years.
Once every 3 years, and are the guys that do the septic tank pumping, are they familiar with that? Do they recommend people in Nags Head? Do they follow up with that?
We do get some. I don't know if all of them are, because I've noticed a couple newer companies. Yeah. So we're definitely trying to get out there a little bit more. And the same, if during an inspection or during the pump out, if anything's noticed that's an issue, we have a repair loan as well. You can get up to $12,000.
Wow.
We upped it last year, I believe, to 60 months. It was 36. Now they have a full 60 months that they can get to pay it back.
So if I have to do repairs on my septic, is it a repair or a replacement, or it doesn't matter?
It's either one.
Okay.
Either one.
So the Town of Nags Head would give me an interest-free loan?
low interest.
Low interest
Low
loan,
interest, yes,
low
ma'am.
interest loan for 5 years to do that repair,
Yeah,
up to
so
$12,000.
It's whatever prime interest rate is, as of today.
Whatever,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's just that minus 2.5%, just no lower than 2.5%.
How complicated is the loan application?
Actually, and honestly, it's not.
I mean, we're talking to realtors here. They're used to complicated loan applications.
All you need to qualify is your town water paid and your town taxes.
Okay.
And then there's another form the homeowner would fill out for their bank draft, because it's automatic draft. And then I just need a copy of their repair permit from Dare County and a copy of the quote from whatever contractor you use. And then we pay the contractor directly when the county okays the work.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
And before they have to sign anything, we get a full payment schedule. I send that to the homeowner to make sure they're okay with it. And then I'll send them the final loan agreement. It has all the days broke down of, when the first payment's due, when the last payment's due, no credit checks, no early payoff fees if they want to do extra payments and pay it off early. There's no of the regular fees for that.
How many people take you up on that?
The last physical year, so June of 24 to July of 25, or June of 25, we had 12, I believe.
12 people.
So.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. And how many people actually take care of the $250 credit that you offer? I would imagine that's higher.
Which that just started July, so we'll figure out come June of 2026. We'll see how much that changed. But I mean, we had over 100 do the 150 for the last
because
fiscal year.
it just increased. So I think since this is, you said that this started in 2000, so it's been in play for 25 years. Clearly, it has the support of the Board of Commissioners, because they're the ones that are keeping it in the fiscal budget and making those loans like that. That's just really impressive assistance to property owners there. And that was one reason, I sit through the board meetings there in the Town of Nags Head, and I wasn't that familiar with it, quite honestly. And then once I kept hearing about it, I thought, wow, that's a really good idea. It's something that you guys should be proud of, and I know you are. They were saying just yesterday in the board meeting that you and the town engineer are going to speak to somebody down in Beaufort, North Carolina.
We're going to.
Is it North Carolina or South
It's
Carolina?
both. It's North Carolina. I can't remember the exact name of it. It's fishery. It's something with the fisheries. It's their water symposium.
Something about water quality.
Towards the end of August.
Because there's that connection between the water quality and the septics and all.
Sure.
So most of the people that are involved with you, when they go out and have their septics inspected, are they having problems? Or are they just doing it proactively? Or what's prompting that? They're just thinking, hey, I know that the town does this. Let's give Conner a call and see what happens.
It's a mixture. I do get the occasional call where somebody's having an issue and they either want a second opinion or they're unsure of where to go. Any house built after 99 is going to have, and I'll get a little technical here, the tank coming in from the house, and then it goes out to the drain field. Well, on the outlet side of the tank, anything after 99, there's a plastic PVC T in the tank with a filter in it, or it's supposed to be.
Okay.
Some get removed. That's not my say, but so sometimes that filter will just get clogged, and that they don't. So it causes the backup where it's just easy you pull the filter straight off with a hose and it can go right back in.
It's an easy thing, yeah.
But it can cause a clog and can cause it to back up, and then you see it, going up in the yard. So there's people that I have who, especially with the rental houses, we try to keep them on the yearly of, let's just get out here, check the filter at least, and keep the filter clean. That way you don't have to worry about, or they don't have to worry about why the renters are there.
Because God knows what's being flushed.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, because a lot of those people that are coming down here renting the vacation homes, they're on central wastewater at home, and they have no clue what they're supposed to be flushing or not flushing, or putting down the kitchen sink, and that's,
I've seen toys, ping pong balls, all kinds of different
well,
things.
And then there's, the funny guys who want to do it just to see if it'll, as a practical
And don't
joke.
plant a holly bush near your septic tank.
Yeah.
Those vines go on and on and on, and even though it might be, 10, 15, 20 feet away, that's the problem I had. The roots and all went in front of, coming from the house into the tank. And then you get nice colored water in your bathroom. On the first floor. So nice.
So how about during a home inspection? If I was selling my house and I was doing a home inspection, can somebody call you in the Town of Nags Head and you go out there? Or
they don't qualify for point of sale inspections.
Okay.
Ours is just a maintenance inspection.
Okay.
I can do it before, or I can do it after the new owners would like, just to see if it needs to be pumped or if there's any noticeable issues. But a point of sale inspection is much more in depth
Okay.
than the inspection.
And that
we
might be a
offer.
good thing to advise, the realtors talking to their owners, or, someone that they're talking to that is looking to list their house, to go
Contemplate, yeah.
ahead and be proactive
Yeah.
and get the inspection
Get-
done.
And get the
prior
inspection and get that
to-
$250
right, and offer,
credit.
yeah, so that current owner gets the inspection done,
Right.
and then it's taken care of.
And if it's something that they're looking for a point of sale inspection, the town has a whole list of contractors. I can help find somebody, but I just can't offer a point of sale inspection through the program.
Okay, well, that's an important
Mhm.
distinction then, because
Yeah,
I
if you're
was,
looking at selling your
yeah.
house, it's important that this is gonna come up with the septic, that a buyer is gonna wanna know that the septic system has been inspected.
Functioning, yeah.
And so if the current owner takes it upon themselves in Nags Head, that this is something that's offered, I think is a great benefit.
Yeah, so 25 years you've been in business. Where do you see this going in terms of the future, in terms of septic and water quality, and what expansions are you guys considering there at the Town of Nags Head? Because
Or it's just a bunch of crap.
yeah, well,
As long as we have that, then I have a job. So
That's right.
that's-
Just a bunch of crap.
So, but they were
Stop
saying at the meeting that some folks from somewhere in South Carolina maybe, or
we had
came
a
up
group
and
from
considering doing
Mount
something.
Pleasant,
okay, right down there
Waterworks,
by Myrtle Beach,
Charleston.
Charleston.
I guess
That's
they're a
right.
little closer to
It's
Charleston,
yeah.
So we had them. They came up a couple weeks ago to visit and did actually took them on some inspections, and they gave us kind of what they were looking at doing, and I believe their program just started. I want to say when they left or when they got here, they did our meeting with us. They said they were starting it July or August. So it's kind of cool to see that we've inspired other places
Absolutely.
to start a program similarly, and they invited us down to come check it out once they get going, which would be kind of cool to go on a field trip to see how their program goes versus here, and because we're kind of our own area. Doing some of the classes I've dealt with for my certifications and my continuing ed is the amount of people with the different struggles they deal with the clay versus us having all the sand here and what they run into in different areas. It's interesting to hear.
Yeah, it's truly different here with all of our sandy soils.
Yeah, with
Such as the one size doesn't fit all
Yeah,
approach that
yeah,
the state
the
tried
rules
to
that
take.
the state tries to
couple
do
years
with
ago.
the septic rules,
yeah, thankfully they've
Backed
kinda
off of that.
backpedaled
So when you say your certifications and your ongoing continuing ed, are you certified just like the environmental health specialist to a certain degree?
To a certain degree. I've gone through the point of sale, and I have my certification for the point of sale. It's just not what I offer through the town. And then I'm a subsurface wastewater operator for our town systems like Town Hall and a couple of the bathhouses in like Dowdy Park. They have an LPP system, so I have to be licensed as an operator
Okay.
to run those.
Okay, so you do that for the town as well.
Yes,
So you really do have credentials, and it's not just some guy going out there
Yeah.
flipping around at your septic
Yeah.
tank. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely been trained, and then the two gentlemen that do that we contract as well that help me. They've been doing the program from the start. Both are operators, and they've been through quite a few of the classes, and they have all their certifications as well. So yeah, it's not just some random person coming to your yard and digging around in your yard and looking at your tank. And one question I get asked a lot, and this might have come up as well, is we don't go in your house. We don't have to be in your house. We're not there, looking at what you're doing. That's not my job. I go look at your tank and leave. I'm not worried about what to be, as long as
You don't rat them out to the building inspector.
that's not my job.
Yeah.
It's not my job, and as long as you're not building something on your drain field or on your tank, that's not what I'm there for.
So how many times do you go out and do the inspections and it actually ends up being that they need to have repairs or have it pumped out? I mean, I'm just curious. I mean, are you like the car dealer or the auto repair guy? That when you go in to have your oil change, he finds a long list
No,
of
thankfully,
things.
because that's the last thing.
Well, it's not.
That's the last thing I want to do is make somebody have to come out, because it's thousands of dollars of repairs. Unfortunately,
Yes.
it's not a cheap
Yeah.
repair.
And it's disruptive,
It is very disruptive. It's because you're gonna be.
particularly in the summer season when you got rentals. Yeah.
As if you could even get somebody.
Yeah.
There's some companies that that they might not even take any in the summer because they're just so backed up. I heard that the other day is one of the pump companies also does repairs or installations, and they won't even take any in the summer because they're just so busy pumping.
Wow, it's just like everybody else.
I think in total, the 3 years I've been doing the inspections, I've had maybe 5 that I've had a teller failing.
Oh, okay.
Did
they know that going into it?
Not they knew they had some of them. Most of them knew they had some kind of issue going on, and I just had to be the one,
the bearer of the
unfortunately,
bad news. Yeah.
confirm it that they, unfortunately the drain field's just not taking water. One, we had hoped they had a toilet got stuck running, and we thought maybe just overload the drain field, so they, we had it. They pumped the tank. Was hoping they weren't, and they were like kind of let the drain field dry out, and then unfortunately it was still just it was still wasn't taking the water like it was supposed to. So the tank had just been pumped, and about a week later it was already full again and not over the outlet pipe going into the drain field. So it just wasn't taking the water.
Well, this is just, again, a great service for the residents there and the property owners in the town of Nags Head, and I've got all my questions answered. Willo, is there anything else you wanted to add? I mean,
other than I have a son that looks like you, and I know I did not give birth to you, but he can pass as his brother. So I'll show you the picture downstairs.
Okay.
There you go. We got to get a picture and send it to him.
Absolutely, yeah. So, well, thank you for coming in. This has been most
having
helpful, and I know that our membership will appreciate it. And that's all I have for today. Willo, you got
That's all I
anything
have.
else to add?
I just think it's information and engagement is key here, and to let our property owners know, just keep spreading the word. And as realtors, we know our communities more than anybody, and so for those working in Nags Head and working with Nags Head owners, definitely tell them to
follow up.
the septic
follow up with Conner.
system inspected.
Do any of the other towns in Dare County, do they reach out to you about doing this? About
I get more.
possibly,
I get more
investigation?
residents. I get more residents that reach out from I've had Kittle Hills. I've had people from down south. I've had Kitty Hawk, Southern Shores. I've had all of them reach out and ask if they can work. I sit out at the Dowdy Park Farmers Market and promote the program as well. And so I get people that stop and try to get an inspection in the different townships. And I'm like, unfortunately, I'm stuck to town limits. And I tell them the same thing. Is they talk to your board and try to get them on board to make something similar.
Yeah, because with us all being on septic, down here, it just makes sense, and it's just a great service that you guys provide. Okay, well, that's it for us today. Thank you so much, guys.